I only ask this because every guy I've met has the wildest comfort foods compared to my girlfriends. I once knew a guy who would eat pickles straight from the jar and drink the pickle juice. I'm just curious whether it's common for men to have more obscure snack preferences. Story 1. Right now, I have about 50 boxes of Girl Scout cookies at my place. I also have a lot of burritos and waffles in the freezer, along with my homemade frozen protein bars. I keep a variety of snacks and meals ready to go. Story 2. You all need to hear me out on this one. Use saltine crackers, peanut butter, and jelly. Take half of the crackers, spread jelly on them, and use the other half for peanut butter. Make a sandwich. This was definitely a struggle snack, but it still tastes great. Story 3. Only some gas stations have the flavor mixer gushers. When I see them, I buy them every time because they are rare in my area. They are the quickest way to my heart. Story 4. I just like chips or crisps if you're in the UK. Potato chips, corn chips, puffed cheesy chips, whatever Frito-Lay makes, I'm pretty sure it was meant to be shared. Funyuns, Fritos, and even Doritos, although their ads aimed at gamers annoy me, mostly because they are so on point and I dislike being predictable even though it's true. Cheez-Its are also a favorite, along with pretzels and Smart Food popcorn. The issue is that I'm already overweight and really don't need the empty calories. So when I buy a bag of chips, I have a rule. I only eat them out of a bowl, never directly from the bag. If I just open the bag, I'll eat the whole thing without even realizing it. The same goes for Pringles cans. So when I keep a bag of chips, I have a couple of small bowls on hand and will only eat what fits in the bowl, with no more until at least the next day. Story 5. Something I like that my partner thinks is very strange is cheese and peanut butter together on a cracker. I also prefer peanut butter with just a little syrup on pancakes compared to how everyone else eats them. She actually enjoys this too, but hadn't tried it before I introduced her to the idea. As far as unconventional choices go, I often have smoothies instead of regular meals for convenience. Various random items will end up in my smoothie, including leftovers from the fridge. Typically, it's fairly healthy with greens, oatmeal, and fruit. Since it's easy and convenient food for me, I don't put much effort into making it taste good. So it's definitely not something others would get excited about. I can make a tasty smoothie with just fruit too, but that's not really a meal. Story 6. Carrots and hummus are common snacks. I also enjoy various fruits and vegetables. I might eat a whole tomato or cucumber without hesitation. Regarding more traditional snack foods, I love tacos, especially the blue heat flavor. I also enjoy jerky and almost any type of nut. Story 7. Oranges, clementines, and bananas are fruits I started enjoying while on a weight loss journey. Fresh fruit contains a lot of water, so it is easily digestible. Story 8. The usual snacks are chips or peanut M&Ms. However, my unusual go-to snacks would be canned sardines and canned kippers. They are high in protein and omega-3 fatty acids. Story 9. I'm from the Netherlands, so chocolate sprinkles are quite common here. My favorite snack is liver sausage on bread with chocolate sprinkles. Sweet and savory. Story 10. My go-to meal is anything I can eat with my hands straight from the fridge, but the most unusual dish I've made is rice prepared with coffee instead of water. Story 11. When it comes to snacks, I don't have anything in particular. However, I enjoy drinking kefir from time to time. Story 12. Well, you mentioned my first choice. Fried pickles with ranch dressing. Some more options are Uncrustables, cauliflower pizza bowls, stuffed peppers, individual pot pies, slightly undercooked so the dough is still a little soft, anything related to Mexican street corn, breakfast cereal, smoothies, often with a combination of banana, chocolate, and peanut butter, pancake and sausage on a stick. Story 13. In healthy eating phases, I mainly consume almonds or other nuts, particularly enjoying the dark chocolate-covered varieties. In less healthy phases, I used to drink late at night and make a bit of broth and pasta, often adding an egg and usually a vegetable as well. Story 14. My go-to snacks usually involve a mix of sweet and savory options. I enjoy fresh fruit like apples or berries, but sometimes I crave something salty like popcorn or pretzels. A handful of mixed nuts is also a great choice for a quick energy boost. Story 15. Pickles are a great snack. They are low in calories, filling, and come in a variety of flavors. I keep 2 to 3 different brands in the fridge because they offer different options. Story 16. It's unusual, but canned spam is enjoyable every once in a while. For regular snacks, I prefer pretzels. Story 17. If you have a bad muscle cramp, drinking pickle brine will immediately cure it, similar to a health potion in a video game. Surprising, but I've tried it and it works. Story 18. As someone who weighs 230 pounds and follows a bodybuilding diet of approximately 4,000 calories a day, I know that most people don't consider hamburgers as a snack. However, if I take a half-pound burger out of the freezer and throw it on the grill, I'm set for an hour. Story 19. Cold, crispy watermelon. It gets hot here in South America. Plenty of cold water and sweet watermelon is my go-to. Story 20. I found out about Hare's cheese puffs with Old Bay seasoning a few weeks ago, and it's the greatest thing ever. Story 21. I have switched to frozen edamame. It encourages slower eating, and the nutritional values are excellent, even for a late-night craving. Story 22. Microwave pork rinds are 10 times better than regular bagged pork rinds. I have only seen the Lowry's brand, and they are located next to the microwave popcorn at my local Walmart. Story 23. Borrelnootjes, or cocktail nuts, are a typical Dutch party snack. They consist of peanuts in a crispy coating, usually flavored with various spices. My all-time favorite is the bacon cheese version. Story 24. Berries and some nuts are a common choice for me. I often freeze berries and blend them with an ounce or so of hazelnuts or any nut, really. Sometimes I add in 2 or 3 scoops of protein powder. This is typically my first meal of the day. 7 ounces of berries, 1 to 2 ounces of nuts, and 50 to 75 grams of protein from whey. Story 25. I chop up a whole lemon and a lime at the start of the day for my water bottle. I carry it everywhere with me at work and fill it up throughout the day. I don't know the science behind it, but I just like bitter things now and I feel better. I have been advised to add a pinch of salt to it to make it an electrolyte. I also enjoy blueberries, raspberries, yogurt, mixed seeds, and honey. I am going to try ricotta instead of yogurt this week just to see what it's like. It has more protein and a different taste, so I'm looking forward to it. Story 26. In order from most to least often: popcorn, chips and salsa, Cheez-Its, Cheetos Puffs, aged Gouda enough to where it starts to have crystals in it. Story 27. If pickles and pickle juice are worthy of a mention as something wild, I am interested in how simple your girls can be with their snacks, dear original poster. I am curious, and I am concerned about what I might discover. Story 28. I don't have comfort food. I have food I like and enjoy for movie nights, which is a bag of chips. The taste depends. Story 29. Related to your jar of pickles story, it's a side snack. The jar and pickle juice are needed. Put some thumb-sized cucumber pieces in there, along with 1 jalapeno pepper. Leave it in the fridge overnight, and the next day you have the best combination. Spicy on the outside, neutralized by the pickle juice, and sweet on the inside from the cucumber. Obviously, you eat this with greasy foods like cheese, burgers, tacos, burritos, or gyros, as long as it's something suitable for a barbecue. Story 30. Veggies and hummus, along with fruits that do not require peeling or cutting, like grapes and some berries, are healthy options. I also enjoy Triscuit crackers with turkey pepperoni slices dipped in hummus. Story 31. Only people I have ever seen do the pickle thing are pregnant women, though I'm sure they are not the only ones who do it. I like string cheese. Something about pulling a thin strip away from the rest makes it tastier. Story 32. Salty pretzels, specifically unique brand splits with milk. There's something about the combination of salty pretzels with the slightly sweet creaminess of milk that works for me. It's similar to the combination of bacon and peanut butter sandwiches. I also enjoy Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Story 33. Apples with tagine, dipped in peanut butter or cottage cheese, with fresh cracked pepper and sliced fruit on top. Story 34. Anything cheese-flavored is delightful. In my country, there are these super cheap corn snacks that are the best. Second, I enjoy chocolate biscuits and bars. Then I would probably go for nuts and apples if they are available. If all of the above is not around, I will starve. Story 35. This list may sound unusual, but here it is. Baby carrots with a bowl of Italian dressing, grapefruit, cherries, salt and vinegar chips, peanut butter crackers with extra peanut butter for dipping, extra sharp cheddar cheese, frozen lemon juice pops. Story 36. Chex Mix. Get the assorted individual packs. They are a perfect serving size to avoid overeating and are healthier than most chips. Story 37. I recently started buying a lot of berries, including packs of blueberries, raspberries, and grapes, as well as baby carrots and pod peas. I have developed a taste for popcorn, so I choose the 39 calorie per cup variety. I also began drinking more tea and coffee throughout the day to reduce my soda consumption, along with various types of jerky, including chicken sticks. Story 38. Not a guy, but I love pickles and pickle juice. I enjoy them as a snack or when I want something other than water but can't decide. Pickle juice comes in handy. I've also realized that if I have any cravings, a couple of pickles will almost always satisfy them. As far as I'm concerned, pickles are their own food group and the best one too. Story 39. I have consumed entire jars of pickles along with the juice before. It is actually quite beneficial for you from what I understand. While it may not be advisable every day, if you crave electrolytes for any reason, dill pickle juice is like nectar of the gods. Story 40. I am fairly normal and alternate between sweet, salty, and sour snacks based on my feelings. The strangest thing I do for a snack is eat a spoonful of peanut butter. Story 41. I occasionally drink salty feta water and enjoy pickle juice as well. I recently got a sandwich maker, so I love making grilled cheese sandwiches. Story 42. I love getting those little packs of cheese pearls and either putting them on crackers with artichoke hearts or just eating them by themselves. In addition to those, I really like garden salsa sun chips. Story 43. Gardetto's, Goldfish, Cheese Chex Mix, guacamole chips, and car trail mix are my staples. Story 44. Cottage cheese straight from the container. Large curd. Baby. I also enjoy pickled herring, but I can't eat too many, or else I will have an unpleasant odor for a long time. Story 45. I very rarely snack, but if I do, it's usually picnic food like potato salad, coleslaw, and pickled beets. Just a bite or two. Story 46. I make a burger sauce with mayonnaise, mustard, and relish. Sometimes I add Lorry's seasoning salt, while other times I include onion and garlic powder, and I dip chips into it. Recently, I have been making a hot ham and cheese sandwich on sourdough bread. Story 47. Nothing out of the ordinary for me. Something I have learned that I do, which is apparently uncommon, is that I absolutely must have a bowl of cereal after being intimate with my wife. I'm not sure why, but I get this insatiable craving afterward. She keeps the house very well stocked with my favorites. Story 48. My favorite snack is a bowl of chocolate-covered raisins and peanuts. Unfortunately, there are no chocolate-covered raisins in the country I live in now, so that's a rare treat. I enjoy some beef jerky, but unfortunately, there is not a strong jerky culture here, so there is only one brand that I like. I have tried some local beef jerky, and it was absolutely unappetizing. Additionally, it is very expensive, so I consider it a rare treat. What I can find are Maryland cookies, blue or red, Oreos, and chocolate-covered butter biscuits. Story 49. Purple Doritos, cheddar fries, salt and cracked pepper Cape Cod chips, kosher dill and Polish dill pickles, cherry pepper stuffed with provolone and prosciutto. I guess I eat a lot. Story 50. Mother pancakes after the gym with Vermont, New Hampshire, or Maine maple syrup. I specified the states because it matters a lot to me. When I think of obscure, it's not something I have access to anymore. When I was still working in dairy full-time, I used to keep a gallon of whey in the fridge, the byproduct from making mozzarella, along with some ice cubes. Story 51. Hot Funyuns. I don't eat many snacks, but I will spend $7 on a bag of those. They just taste amazing. Story 52. Oreos and peanut butter crackers, chips, and cheese. I am working to stop buying those items so I can continue losing weight. Story 53. Cheese platter or pâté on toast are good flavors that are simple to make. They last for a long time, so I like to have them on hand while watching a film or reading. Story 54. My main choice is pretzels, but sometimes I have a strong craving for something sweet, and I opt for something with chocolate. Story 55. This specific type of peanuts is similar to Virginia Extra Large. A nice cup of black coffee pairs well with it. Story 56. I love Japanese peanuts. They are a nice, affordable snack that actually satisfies hunger for a while. They are also much better for you than chips and similar snacks. Story 57. I make my own fridge pickles. I currently have asparagus, eggs, a couple of different types of onions, and escabeche in the fridge. Story 58. I once knew a man who would eat pickles straight from the jar and drink the pickle juice. I did this yesterday, and it was delicious. Story 59. At work, I usually choose salted or smoked almonds or pretzel thin chips with garlic parmesan flavor. At home, I enjoy potato chips with French onion dip. Story 60. I rotate among these three options. 1. Gummy candy, typically gummy worms. 2. Doritos, usually either Cool Ranch or nacho cheese. 3. Mini donuts that come in a bag. Depending on whether I'm looking for energy or craving something sweet or salty, these snacks do the trick, and they are affordable and easy to find. Story 61. If I am watching a sporting event or a longer movie on television, I enjoy Ritz crackers with peanut butter and grape jelly. Story 62. Chocolate cookies with almond butter spread thick on top, or peanut butter in a pinch. A glass of full-fat milk is needed to get the full effect. Story 63. Clementines, nuts, and either apples or water crackers with peanut butter are the most common snacks I enjoy. Story 64. I prefer salty snacks or sour ones. Some homemade beef snacks with a homemade aioli dip are wonderful for snack time. Story 65. Wheat cracker topped with peanut butter and a garlic clove. It's crunchy, hot, and filling. It serves as a natural antibiotic, and peanut oils are rare, similar to fish oil. It's very good for you. Story 66. I had a pickle problem similar to your friends. I went through 2 jars of Spears each week. I also drank the juice. It's actually good for you and improves gut health. If you ever experience leg or foot cramps, drink a shot of pickle juice, and the cramps will be gone in less than 5 minutes. Story 67. Beef jerky, cherry tomatoes, and aged Dutch cheese made from unpasteurized, unprocessed milk. I have an 8-month-old and a 2.5-year-old at the moment. Story 68. Mixed nuts are delicious. I really love mixed nuts, especially when they don't include peanuts, as they taste better that way. Cheese and crackers are also a great combination. 1 small slice of cheese can top 4 crackers. Story 69. Here are my top 5 snacks. Not in order. 1. Kettle corn popcorn. 2. Gummy worms. 3. Cheddar Sun chips. 4. Snack mixed cheese. 5. Peanut butter M&Ms. Story 70. Weather, pet, swim, fly, deer, spontaneous, tub, combative, bedroom, unpleasant. Story 71. Lately, I have developed a liking for olives. I am trying various types and enjoy them with vegetables and dip. Story 72. Most of you must be overweight because what are these snacks you are consuming? Someone said they are drinking pickle juice like it's Gatorade. Story 73. Hilariously, my boyfriend judges me for having unusual snack habits in the past. When I was a child, I used to eat olives straight out of the jar, a habit I picked up from my older cousin. I would probably still do that now if I remembered to keep olives around. Story 74. There are Indian popcorn made with lotus seeds called makhana. I love them so much, especially when they are roasted with a little bit of ghee. Story 75. Smith's Hamka paired with chocolate, whether dark or milk, whichever I feel like at the moment. It will satisfy your cravings for either one. The Hamka tends to make my mouth dry and salty, while the chocolate can make me feel nauseous after a while. However, this combination keeps you feeling balanced. I discovered this the first time I experienced a high. I tried it sober, and it was still amazing. Story 76. Any vegetables, usually carrots, with a yogurt-based dip. They are low in calories, so they don't interfere with my cutting or bulking. Story 77. I love hot cinnamon candy. I keep a jar with atomic fireballs and Coastal Bay cinnamon candy from the dollar store on the coffee table. I also really like Wiley Wallaby hot cinnamon licorice and cinnamon Altoids. I enjoy roasted salted pumpkin seeds as well, which help keep my diet high in fiber. Story 78. Raisins or cottage cheese. I choose raisins if I'm feeling peckish before bed, and cottage cheese if I need a snack because I'm hungry. Story 79. For me, it's trail mix. It doesn't really go bad after multiple openings and closings. You can keep it hot or cold. It doesn't matter. It's not necessarily healthy, but it's certainly better than most snacks out there. And when I'm at home, I enjoy edamame, which is just salted soybeans. Story 80. Tomorrow I am taking sliced apples, carrots, a large sandwich with turkey and ham, and, of course, a dill pickle along with some leftover chicken strips. When I get home, I will snack on a shake made with Greek yogurt and frozen fruit. I will probably eat a pound of pistachios and chocolate because I have a big appetite. Story 81. Ben and Jerry's Netflix and chilled. I can never find it in the UK anymore. Nowhere. Not in Sainsbury's, Tesco, Asda, Morrison's, or Marks and Spencer. Story 82. My favorite snack when I have very little left in the house is a decent-sized cracker, like saltines with a bit of butter and salt. It's not the healthiest choice, but I could easily eat 10. When I have time to prepare a snack, any kind of kettle-style potato chip paired with a cold beer is my personal heaven. I also love cheese puffs, but I have to be careful not to buy them too often to avoid gaining weight. Story 83. I generally don't snack. If I need to eat something between meals, I'll have a banana or toast with peanut butter. There are never chips or candy at my place. I'm not bragging. It's just not something I buy or keep around. Story 84. My husband, when he's drinking, has a habit of ripping off a brick-sized piece of cheese and wrapping it in a tortilla while adding sriracha. By far, this is the most horrendous thing I have ever seen and heard any human being eat. He's a lean guy too, so I am horrified, intrigued, and somewhat jealous that he can just do that. Living with a man, there is rarely a dull moment. He also just buys sausage and gnaws on it like a dog. I wonder if I am living with a wild animal sometimes, but his snacks crack me up. I have been with him for 11 years, so I am unfazed and just laugh. It's a sight to behold. Story 85. Apparently, humans can display these same learned behaviors. However, I am not so sure that my actions were learned. From what I can remember, even my first time, I did not have any cereal available because I was at my girlfriend's house. My mind was racing until I finally got home and devoured a bowl of Captain Crunch. Story 86. One of those roast chickens you find in a bag at the supermarket. Just enjoy it. Eat the entire chicken without any sides or sauces. Story 87. 1. Salted almonds. If they are roasted, we are really talking. Pistachios, cheese crackers, pretzels, peanuts, peanut butter crackers, berries, including blueberries, strawberries, and raspberries, goldfish crackers, Chex Mix. 10. Corn chips. Story 88. Mostly nuts, cheese crackers, and occasionally chips. Lately, I'm addicted to a jalapeno-flavored trail mix from Costco. Story 89. Lay's cheddar and sour cream potato chips, popcorn, Totino's pizza rolls, honey roasted peanuts, tortilla chips with salsa verde and sriracha, slices of cheddar cheese, dates, Dr. Pepper, red cream soda, and lemonade with ice. In the past, I used to eat many peanut M&Ms, crunchy Cheetos, and Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. Story 90. Dried dates and apricots are available at relatively low prices in Indian grocery stores. They also make a good pre-workout snack. Just 2 dried dates provide approximately 100 calories. Story 91. Those Costco peanut butter-filled pretzels in the giant tub, along with pizza-flavored goldfish, are often overlooked. People forget that for the amount per serving, They are generally not very calorie dense if you are active. Story 92. I vary between salty and sweet, but I generally love crunchy snacks like chips, crackers, or chocolate with nougat or nuts. My girlfriend loves pickles and eats them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't think she usually drinks the brine, though. Story 93. I get a bag full of chips 2 times a week. They are free, and the authorities cannot stop me. I do not just take one large bag. I fill my backpack with chips. Many others also enjoy these free chips. Story 94. Pork scratchings are pure meat protein and fat with no starch, making them a much healthier snack than potato chips nutritionally. Story 95. I used to indulge in large amounts of sweets and Little Debbie snacks. More recently, I eat plenty of fruit and nuts. This change has left me feeling better, and I still get my sugar fix occasionally. Story 96. Chip and dip. Usually starts with a 20-minute zone out in the dip section at the supermarket, trying to figure out all the flavor combinations. Banana and peanut butter, an entire box of Shapes crackers, lasagna toppers, a pack of dumplings thrown in the deep fryer, adult chip and dip, nachos. Story 97. I have put my partner on charcuterie boards. We enjoy making them together and snacking while preparing dinner. It is one of my favorite memories. Story 98. I ate pickles from the jar for a snack when I was little. These days, it's either a banana with peanut butter or Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. Story 99. Greek yogurt with assorted fruits and berries. Churros with lime, chamoy, clamato, spiced tomato juice mixed with clam broth, chopped orange and mango, boiled edamame. Story 100. Smart Foods spicy hot popcorn. I have 5 in my pantry right now. I spend no less than $1,000 yearly on it. I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want. I just choose not to. Story 101. Depends on the day. Usually something like roasted peanuts or some sort of melon. Some days when I'm feeling really snacky, I buy a big bag of mini Oreos, pour them in a bowl with milk, and eat it like cereal. It's so good. Story 102. In Australia, we have biscuits called Shapes. They are baked, not fried, and the best flavors are pizza and chicken crimpy. Otherwise, I enjoy a basic ham and cheese toasted sandwich. Story 103. I'm really into those little peanut butter cracker sandwich snacks. However, I know that soon I'll become tired of them again and won't eat them for about 5 years. Story 104. Ice cream is what I crave as soon as the sunny days start. I have been enjoying Sonic milkshakes these past 2 weeks. Story 105. Work. Trail mix, granola bars, and nuts. Home. Chips and salsa, hummus and raw vegetables, limes or grapes. Story 106. I tend to eat healthy and cook most nights, so my snacks include protein granola bars, assorted meat and cheese cube trays from Walmart, unsalted chips, and salsa. However, I always keep ice cream in stock for my sweet tooth, specifically the Blue Bell cookie two-step flavor. I could finish it in 2 days if I wanted. Story 107. Clementines are quick and easy to peel and do not have too many calories, so I choose them. I also enjoy all kinds of nuts. If I indulge in junk food, I prefer Oreos or kettle-cooked potato chips. Story 108. I find chips are too greasy and nuts are too calorie-dense. I need something that I can chew or snack on for a while without any issues. Story 109. Pickled banana peppers and their juice are delicious. Pepperberry jerky is great, but I had to give up my salted peanuts due to too much salt. Story 110. Ice. I don't exactly know why, but I love the cold crunchiness of it. I always have a lot of ice with my glass of water. Story 111. It varies for me. I haven't had a pickle in a while, but I used to have a cucumber pickle every day after work. I have cold green grapes, brownies, or crisp thins. I just bought Oreos for the first time in years. Story 112. Pickled cowhorn peppers and jerky. I used to enjoy bologna and cheese on saltine crackers, but my indigestion can only handle bologna or whiskey, so I chose whiskey. Story 113. I don't like to snack myself, but if I'm dating a girl, I'll keep the snacks she likes stocked. Right now it's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I would be lying if I said I didn't occasionally sneak a midnight bowl or two. Story 114. Hummus and crackers are delicious. A Texas grocery chain sells tiny packs of imitation crab sticks for $1 each, and I buy them every time I shop there. They are a good source of protein and contain only about 80 calories per pack. Story 115. Honestly, my snack habits are straightforward. My biggest guilty pleasure is frozen pizzas. I'll polish off one to satisfy a craving and snap at anyone who comes looking for some. The women I've dated have all had a strange fondness for unusual snacks, like chocolate-covered treats that don't even remotely make sense. Story 116. Anything with the sort of fake wasabi cannot just be cheap with wasabi flavor. It should have some actual spicy dust at the very least. The real deal on sushi is good, but it's not my go-to. That's too hot. Story 117. I once knew a person who would eat pickles from the jar and drink the pickle juice. Doesn't everyone do this occasionally? Story 118. I will eat a sleeve of saltines. I really enjoy frosted mini wheats as well. Those were my two go-to snacks for World of Warcraft. I guess I just like dry food. Story 119. Carrots. When I was a teenager, I was hungry all the time. I could snack on anything, but I needed to fill up. I quickly realized that it would affect my body in a way I didn't want, so I looked for foods that were not very calorie-rich, not expensive, and easy to grab and snack on. Carrots were a great option for me. I didn't mind them much at the beginning, but I quickly learned to like them. Now, over 20 years later, carrots remain my go-to snack. Story 120. An entire pot of custard, 600 milliliters, consumed in one go. A whole chocolate trifle eaten in one sitting. Cadbury mini rolls, mini Scotch eggs, and sausage rolls. Story 121. It depends on where I am. If I am at home, I enjoy chips and salsa, cashews, pistachios, and cookies. When I am out, I like Doritos, chocolate chip cookies, beef jerky, and trail mix. Story 122. Animal crackers. Ritz crackers. Roasted pumpkin seeds. Mix with chocolate chips for a sweet and salty combination. Jerky. Pretzel nibblers. Strawberries. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.